everyone, it's Mama's Comedy Show.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Cousin Todd, with Mama's Comedy Show, and with me is Cousin Melanie.
Hello.
And Cousin Ali.
Hello.
And Cousin James.
Greetings and salutations.
How you guys doing?
I'm good. I love that intro because we have no audience, and in honor, I felt it was a good homage
Yet.
to Bob Uecker, who recently passed, R.I.P.
So you're saying 'cause he has no audience now?
No, in the great movie, Major League.
Oh, right,
He's
right.
like, listen to that crowd, get behind this team, and it's both of them going, hey, you can do it. That was us just now.
We care about ourselves.
You guys doing good?
It's that's all relative, isn't it?
You know.
Yeah. My voice is a little garbage right now.
Same.
So I'm so mad. I'm coming in hot on this. by the way.
Whoa.
So last week, I don't want to say where I was working or what I was doing, but I was working in a location where I had another employee stuck in my room. This girl is she's on the spectrum somewhere, right? Super sweet enough. Definitely has a lot of.
Sweet enough.
I'm not gonna.
Is she bad with social cues? Is that what you're
Yes.
saying? Okay.
So bad. But she already has a lot of complaints against her because she doesn't wash her hands, and she just has poor hygiene in general. But in my head, I'm like, she's sweet. You know, she's like this. She's just on the spectrum. This
She's
isn't
sweet,
anything.
but she's funky.
I'm not going to be angry at her,
Are
right?
people watching her not wash her hands? Like, are they
Yes.
lurking and making
Yes,
it doesn't
like-
happen?
like-
So this is, okay.
There's like a write-up situation with this
Okay.
thing. So I can never get mad at her because it's not her fault.
So you
right?
asked her out.
Well, yeah, she's amazing kisser.
Yeah.
No, so I'm working and she's coughing like I'm gonna demonstrate for you guys.
I'm gonna
and then-
back up.
and then you can explain. All right.
Come over and kiss me, Melanie.
mind you, she's at any given point 2.5 feet away from me.
So
Okay.
as,
Right.
as close as Melanie is.
Like arms
Wow.
by her side, flapping
Yep.
like a penguin.
Like a penguin. Well, that's how penguins cough, actually.
But she does that thing that children do, where her tongue curls.
yeah.
And hangs out a little bit.
Like she's directing the germs, like a weapon. Have you ever seen a
Maybe
child?
she's
cough?
actually-
Like a blow dart of Ebola?
Every child that I teach improv when they get sick coughs like
Yes.
that.
Maybe
It's-
she's trying to take you out.
And they like
So-
to lie on the floor too, and so it's directed like up, but it's full tongue out.
Yeah.
Tunnel
Directly into
of
the
germs.
air circulator.
Yeah.
So
That's how I give head.
that's a small penis.
Leave me
so-
alone, dude.
So I'm in there, and she's coughing, and we finished doing our bit, and then we're alone. And I said, "Hey, do you need to like go get water or something?" And she,
The answer's always is no.
I've been sick for 3 weeks. I'm
Whoa.
like, okay, cool that you're in this small space with me. And then I leave, right? Like that's the benefit is you're never with these people for more than 15 minutes.
Right.
So that's the benefit of like the way the rotation works. I go on break. One of the other people that I work with is furious with her because of something else that she did. Again,
Okay.
like not entirely her fault. It's just her brain chemistry. And then what is their solution for him being upset with her? They lock her in my room for the next hour and a half.
What?
Maybe she needs to be reassigned somewhere.
Well, she is. She's actually going over to you. I just
Oh.
don't want to. Yeah, I'm trying to leave names out of this.
Specifically to you.
You can say Ed, bud. It's okay.
But anyway,
They know.
So I'm with her for an hour and a half. That's on Wednesday. And then last Friday night, we're here doing the show. And halfway through the show, I'm like, oh, there's something in my throat. What is this?
So
What
you
is
got
this?
everyone here last
You got
Friday
tickle.
sick, is what
Uh-huh.
you're saying.
What is this tickle I feel?
You got some of the tism.
And then, yeah, I caught it. I'm real good at math now. Yeah. So Saturday morning, absolutely no voice. I was
Wow.
out for 3 days.
That sucks.
Yeah, Ali was here last week. He didn't get it.
I did not get it.
But Jason was down for a while too, was
Yeah.
he? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
And
gave it
I-
to Jason.
Well, actually, to be fair, Jason
To be
asked me
fair.
that night. He's
Yeah.
like, "How you feeling?" And I was like, I just started getting this little tickle." And he's like, "Yeah." He said he was having like a lot of drainage issues. So
Yeah, because you guys were both out for the weekend where I had to do that event that nobody else was available for. Thanks for that.
yeah.
And I told you that experience.
Good times.
No, I wouldn't say that. But I'm having my annual. It happened every year when I was at Game Lab about this time of year with the seasons and everything. It's like a post-nasal drip allergy attack that affects my voice, so I get the phone sex operator voice.
Excellent.
And everybody's like, "Are you sick?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not sick. It's just this constant agitation of my vocal cords." And doing tours nonstop on top of it was fantastic.
Oh.
And then I find out today I
you
need
hear that?
$2,300 for dental work. So
Oh, good times.
2,300?
$2,300, and
That's
that's
a lot.
the discounted price.
What do you need? Like a root canal and a
I have
crown?
I have a root canal that's like 10 years old, and something's blown past it, unfortunately. And there's an old wives' tale is when you have kids, they take all your nutrients so your teeth
Right.
become soft. And I have had 2 kids. So after the exam and everything that was thorough today, there's previous fillings and old cavities that have, cracked or need repair, that kind of a thing. So she was really, really good, but it's a discounted place, thankfully, that goes on your sliding scale of your income. And with everything that they want to do, it's $2,300.
Yeah.
And that doesn't guarantee they're going to be able to save the
Right.
tooth. It all depends on what's happening
Inside.
when they get the crown off.
You know what? Don't save my teeth.
Well, I would say the same thing, except for it's in my smile profile, and I don't
No,
want to have
put,
that.
I will gladly.
like
I would if I had the money, I would do what my mom did. Now, mom went to Mexico to do it, so she could afford it.
You're going to say implants, right?
But yeah, I would
My
take them all
grandmother-
out and get implants.
Yeah, see, I would say the same thing, but my grandmother had it done, and I was telling Todd the other night, and I know it was a few years ago, but she was never right after that. Something about the implants and the metal and everything in her head. I don't know what that was, but that seemed to be the cause of her gradual downfall.
Picking
of
up
everything.
FBI signals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would much rather have fake teeth.
I would-
was like,
yeah,
just get
as
rid
long
of
as
them.
it's
That's
on
even
fridges.
that's even more expensive than the crown and the root
Yeah,
canal.
see,
no
I don't
shit.
want to deal with like dentures or anything like that. But I will gladly pull every fucking tooth out of my head.
Yeah.
And you just put fake ones in there.
Boom,
put
boom, and
stainless
let them
steel
stay
ones
there.
in
Yeah, whatever. Boom, I'm golden.
I mean, I'm open to veneers. Sure, let's do that.
Yeah, but I don't know. Veneers are great, but then
But-
they break and
yeah, aren't veneers just
One
covers?
pops off.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's literally just
Yeah,
a
so you
cover.
still need your teeth.
And then you get one like
You get
hanging.
nubs. They
Yeah.
file them down like shark teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be like the guy from Red Dragon. Did you ever see that movie, Red
No.
Dragon?
Are you
Or the-
making eye contact
That's like
with
the
me and
prequel?
asking?
Is it the
Because answer's
prequel?
no.
It's the
That's
prequel
the
to
prequel
Silence
to
of the
Silence,
Lambs.
right? Yeah.
So I read those books when I was like far too young, like before the movies ever came
Yeah,
out.
like me with Stephen King. Yeah.
And like the killer has fucked up teeth, so he wears dentures, but he
Yeah.
like puts in his mother's dentures at some points, and like
Ew.
so when he
Well,
bites
that's
people,
something I could look into.
Oh,
they have,
with
they have a
other-
different bite
Oh,
pattern.
it looks like his
That's-
mom.
that's
Look at
kinda
that.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Or he's got like
Weird.
some fake teeth that look like dragon teeth. so
Is
that he
there a
can really-
denture resale place I can get into?
Like, honestly,
to,
that's a smart thing with the teeth.
Most By
Because I used to
Nothing
do that.
Group's Facebook
Like, I would
Marketplace.
grab your used condoms.
Yeah,
And then when I bang other women.
yeah, in
like,
their sleep.
Yeah.
Well, there's
that-
a whole
then it was
racket
you.
in Fort Lauderdale area. It's like a whole racket of people who were going to rehab, and they get them hooked on the meds of the rehab, and so they cycle them through the insurance. And there'll be people outside with trunks full of pee in containers that have been sold as clean pee, so they can take the pee inside and
Yeah.
and pee clean.
Ali, you reminded me of like a terrifying, something that just really scared the shit out of me. Do you ever see that movie, The Crush?
Yes.
No, I haven't.
You haven't? Melanie, I'm assuming that's a no for you.
One day I'm gonna say
Melody's
yes, and
never
you're all
seen
gonna be
anything.
shocked.
Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah, I remember who was in it.
And what
never
was
saw
it? Was
it.
it Carrie Elwise?
Carrie Elwes.
Carrie Elwes.
Yes.
So
My Wesley.
she's like a young girl
wish.
who crushes on this
Also,
guy.
Robin Hood Men in Tights,
And-
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
She crushes so hard on him, she becomes obsessed by him. And it's like,
She's like doesn't she rent a room from him and his wife?
Oh,
or something?
he's renting
rents
the
a
room.
room. That's right, from her parents. Yeah.
yeah, so he's renting the room, and
He
she's
rents, like,
crushing
the garage
so hard on.
apartment.
And he brings a girl over to his house, and he has sex with her safely, consensually, with a condom, takes the condom off, throws it in the trash. This girl
She crazy.
takes the condom out of the trash. She like dildos
Yes.
herself,
Yes.
takes the condom, flips
Yep.
it inside out, rubs it inside herself, and then says she was raped.
Yep.
Yep.
So, which is why, and I saw that at like just the right time because I flushed every fucking condom that I ever had
But you also
in my entire life.
had a nightmare of getting your mom pregnant, didn't you?
Yeah, no, that was-
Oh,
Yeah.
that was the thing.
or that was or a cat. There was one of those.
No, it
Yes.
turned into the cat story.
Yeah.
But I remember when Ali and I were living together, and
And you stole his condoms.
I was selling a house, and so it had a septic tank, so they have to come over and do an inspection. So I'm like, oh yeah, well, I'll have it cleaned first. So
It was just stacked.
the guy is draining the septic tank. And he's like, a lot of plastics in there. And I just see this like a sea of condoms swimming up this pipe. And I just go, my roommate.
He's a whore. Was that the house I had sex in the bathroom?
Yep.
My bathroom.
You're welcome.
I was also,
I don't know if
the
that was a
Cody
thank you.
vomit bathroom. So
Yes.
a lot of horrible things happen in that
I
bathroom.
will never forget that because as soon as I walked into the bathroom in the morning, I'm hungover a little bit because we had partied that night and then got high, and I got Cody high. And I'm just kind of, oh, God, all right, go to the bathroom. Didn't think anything of it. And then all I saw in the middle of the bathroom, not on the counter, on the floor, was 401. You know, like the Clorox spray.
Yeah.
And I went,
Oh, the bottle just sitting there?
some evil happened in here. Where? And then I saw it, went to the toilet. I was like, they did a pretty, oh, nope, there it is.
Yeah,
There's the
when he
spots,
came
there's
out of the
spots.
bathroom, like he was in there for 20 minutes. He came out and he went, I need help. And I went and looked. I don't know how it got everywhere that it did. Like, have you ever
Panic
lost?
puke.
You're talking
Panic
about
puke.
vomit. I
Oh.
just want to clarify
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
I just
Not
have to
everywhere.
assume panic puke. You puke once, you panic, you turn, you puke again, you panic.
No,
Like,
never have I done that. Is that your MO for
I'm
vomiting?
making an assumption.
My
Splash
vomit is
panic
usually
puke.
pretty quiet.
Could it
I'm
be
wondering if he
splashback?
tried to hold it in with his hand, and it went,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I
it did a
just
spray and
Yeah, did a spray and
5
everything.
different directions.
Is it somebody we know?
like put his thumb over. It's Cody. Like putting his thumb over a garden hose.
Yeah.
I just lied to you guys. I said that I vomit quiet, and I don't.
Do you cry?
I am the loudest vomiter I know.
On my 30th birthday is when I broke up with Tequila. I was throwing up so hard in the sink of the monkey bar where I was having my party. I was peeing at the same time. And as my sister is trying to shove the chunks of Chipotle I had for lunch earlier that day down the sink, one of my girlfriends is under my floor-length formal gown, because I had a big celebration, like gala, holding a paper towels while I'm throwing up so hard it's making me pee.
You're like
Chipotle was around 30 years
Right.
ago.
I am not 60, thank you. But that birthday, everybody went home with either a hangover or a DUI. So it was a very, very...
Yeah, James was like a Jiffy Lube. She had people working underneath, people under the hood.
I mean, that was such a graphic, obviously...
It's just impressive you were standing.
Well, it's such a graphic, obvious memory that's going to stick with me forever. I can't even smell tequila. It's just so bad.
But Chipotle is cool?
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
Oh. You know what? Like that's because I've never drank, but I guess my equivalent to what Melanie was alluding to is I did have chili cheese fries at Johnny Rockets once, and got terrible food poisoning from it, and was vomiting nonstop. And to this day, I can't look at chili cheese fries without like
Yeah.
A little bit
really
comes up.
remembering exactly how it felt
The
coming out.
chili cheese fry
Yeah.
rockets.
Yeah.
My thing for a long time, it used to be cinnamon. So
Cinnamon,
I was
really?
in college in the early 90s.
That sounds burny.
And I drank an
Stripper.
entire bottle of Aftershock.
Ah.
You guys remember those? It had, well, you won't
yes.
remember it, Todd,
No.
but excuse me, it's a red liqueur,
Liqueur.
Yeah.
cinnamon flavored, but it had crystals on the bottom.
And it's not something you're
sugar
supposed to drink
crystals.
straight.
yeah.
It's
yeah,
a
you would
mixer.
just no, you just drank that.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's not a
Oh,
mixer
I
at
would-
all.
I was a-
It was so thick and nasty, you just kind of drank it. It was like a schnapps.
Oh,
you just
I
drink
gotcha,
it like
I
that.
gotcha.
So I
Did
drank
you
it
say
in
cinnamon crystals on the bottom?
sugar crystals. yeah,
Sugar
just
crystals
on the
from the
bottom.
alcohol, yeah.
crystals.
So you could, once you finish, you could break the crystals up and eat them. So I finished an entire bottle.
On your own?
Woke up in the next morning, hammered, like just still drunk, hungover on the floor. My roommate, his girlfriend was there, and a friend of ours and his wife were there. And we're all talking, getting ready to go in the morning. They talked to me for 30 minutes. And I go, all right, I'm going to take a shower. And they're like, all right, when you get out of the shower, we'll go out to breakfast. I was like, okay, good. I go to the shower. I look in the mirror, and I start laughing. I'm giggling. I come back in. I do a slow clap. Because they spoke to me for 30 minutes without cracking a smile. I had everything drawn on my face everywhere. Like it was everywhere. I'm like, how the fuck did you guys have this conversation with me? I was like, I'm not even mad. I'm impressed. Like, you ate a whole wheel of cheese? I'm not even mad. I'm
You gave each other a
Your
pep talk
parties-
before
That-
you woke up.
Your
that
parties
day-
were legendary, though. Yeah.
That morning, we're going to go to breakfast, and the girls decide, let's go to that Christmas store. I was like, yeah, let's go to the Christmas store. What do Christmas stores smell like?
Cinnamon and pine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as I walked in, you know those broomsticks that are just cinnamon? I walked in, went, nope, turned around, painted the bushes red.
Oh no.
Just bleh, and
That's
for
got
the
to be
longest
terrifying
time.
to any passerby to see
Oh,
someone
yeah.
vomiting red.
Yeah, it was bad.
And then they're like, are
But
they dying? Do I have to help? Do I keep walking? Usually you keep walking.
Yeah,
Could
definitely
not.
keep
I
walking.
could not smell cinnamon for years.
They walk
Decades.
by this guy vomiting blood, and they're like, "It smells cinnamony."
Merry
It's nice,
Christmas.
not bad. But right now it's mezcal.
There's a
That's the one I can't.
yeah.
bleh.
There's a church in downtown Orlando that makes me smile every time I walk past it because there was an evening, children, where I was at a downtown establishment with a friend of mine. Again, tequila was involved, and it was honey Patron,
Oh,
which was really good. But I had to pee so bad on the way back to my car, and I was so gone. I literally squatted on the corner of that church and so
Nice.
peed in their bushes.
she's a lady.
I was very proud of myself. Nobody saw it, but
Did it steam? The
Jesus
evil?
saw you.
it wasn't cold. It wasn't a
That's
cold.
God's
evening,
house.
but it still makes me
Jesus
laugh every time I
watched.
walk past that church because I had a holy piss.
I smile every time I drive by this house in Dr. Phillips. They were building that house. It was a 2-story house, and I was with this person, this lovely lady.
Was she?
We were hanging out, and we're driving around. And I go, let's go walk into that house. Let's go see what's going on in the house. We start walking to the house, and it's just empty. It's it's not fully made. The walls aren't even all up, and there was a staircase going up. They were just building the staircase, and we smashed on that staircase. And so every time I drive by that house, I go, I fucked on your stairs.
There was a
I really
house.
thought you were going to say you peed in some part
Oh,
of the
no,
house that
no.
they never found.
Oh no, there's liquid. My liquid is in that house.
He christened it before it was even owned.
Damn right I did.
There was
I left some children.
when I was in real estate for a good 6 months, just a little stretch of time, there was a house that we were selling that was a 6-point-something or other $1 million house.
Yeah.
So the whole team went out there to see it and get the specs of it and everything. And they had a black toilet. And I was like, I have to poop in that toilet. I mean, when else are you going to be in a 6-point-something or other $1 million house with a black toilet and a gold handle? I pooped in that toilet.
Was
Hell
it more
yeah, you did.
comfortable than other toilets?
It was a spooky dookie. It was.
Did the toilet look bigger because it was black?
No, it just it had more of an ego.
No, it just didn't have any children.
Yeah.
Melanie, why don't you have any drunken stories?
I'm an angel.
I think
See,
you
I
just
was thinking about this the other day. So, I was making all of our flyers, and James said something when she saw hers. She said, "You said thank you for not making me the bearded lady."
Yes.
And I was like, well, because I was looking at it, and there's 2 ways that I could have gone with it that are funny. Like I could have made you the bearded lady,
Yes.
or Ali the bearded lady, because either one of those are funny. But I had already made Melanie like the
pretty
girl
princess,
flying.
always.
And so I was like, I can't do that to James after that. But then I was like, well, I kind of think it's funny whenever I do the pretty princess stuff with Melanie, because in my heart, I believe she has done awful things. Like I really
Yes.
believe she
Yes.
has done horrible
I think
things.
she fillets animals and wears their skin.
No, but I mean, like when you told the story about pissing on a church, in her mind, I was like, I know she's done worse. I know she's got stories that she's just not telling.
She just want to tell.
Well, my daughter is at the age now where I'll share a little bit of my history and stories with her. So I told her that story the other day when we were downtown, and I was like, "Don't be like your mom,
Don't do that.
Find a bathroom."
No, fuck that. Be like your mom.
Actually,
Be like your mom.
It's
Have
more
fun.
like use the bathroom before
Have
you
a good
leave
time.
anywhere because you never know. Where
No,
you're gonna
be like your mom.
No,
Have
she's
fun.
we've had a conversation about sex and being very open about it, and different things. And
Has she done it?
no, she's very very kind of giggly about boys, but she still kind of
Yeah.
likes girls. And
I giggle every time I finish. So
well,
Me
she
too.
hasn't gotten into that situation yet. And I have a feeling she would come to me and talk to me about it. But
don't use that phrasing.
she wanted to know like what it's like to be with somebody, and if there's ever anybody who's been terrible, or there's that kind of a thing. And she's like, I want to know the smallest person you've ever been with. And I said, no, that's not happening. And she's like, well, who's the biggest person you've
I
ever
wanna
been
know
with?
the smallest
and I
person you've
said,
ever been.
well, the biggest person wasn't your dad. So I just kind of left it at that.
You tell her that's why her penis was so small?
No, no, thank goodness she wasn't a boy.
Melanie, what was the biggest person you've ever been with?
I'm an angel.
Her current boyfriend.
So God?
That's why she stayed
That's
with him.
actually true.
Do you think the angels ever give God
Melanie
handies?
has sex.
What? No,
No, she's
never.
not married. It's weird.
Never.
Yeah. I'm curious
Your
about
voice
that.
just went so high pitched.
I'm curious about that. So your daughter asked, "What is it like the act?"
Well, she asked a couple of things. You know, she asked about anal, and she asked about oral sex, and all. You know, like questions of curiosity, which I'm very glad that she feels open enough to come
Yeah.
to me, and rather than have
Right.
conversations with her friends, which I know is also happening. She's in public school, so I tried to be as matter of fact as I could without it being salacious. Does that make sense?
How would you describe being penetrated?
I didn't have to get into that.
I know, but I'm curious.
Okay, first thing when it happened to me,
Yeah.
Well, no, I dated a
I
girl.
didn't know it was coming.
I dated a girl who
Literally.
did the finger thing, and like that was fine. But I
Oh, and your booty?
yeah.
Yeah,
But no,
she-
my
well,
vagina.
The whole thing with this generation now is eating ass, and I don't understand it. I'm like, okay, so there was a
I'll
whole,
lick the fuck out of your chocolate starfish. I will.
Okay, well, see, that's a thing.
And that's
So-
not this generation, though. That's me.
No, but it's become more.
You said that, and your microphone
Ali.
disconnected itself.
Your microphone gave up.
It was like I don't
Plug
want to
your
hear
microphone back in.
this.
Hold on.
I think I guess maybe not with this generation, but I think it's become less taboo as it was. Whereas before, you know, talking about sex openly was the taboo thing.
I remember, I know I've said this on the podcast, but a girl I worked with one day who was a younger girl, like we're just kind of having a conversation out of nowhere. She goes, "Hey, Todd, you ever had your ass ate?"
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yep.
And it was just the phrasing I thought was the funniest thing I'd ever
First
heard.
time that ever happened to me, I was at work at a game lab. I was at game lab.
Oh, it was that long ago?
It was that long ago. First time it's happened. I never had that happen to me.
To you. You didn't do it.
No, yeah, to me.
Okay,
Remind me,
gotcha.
I have a follow-up question after.
Yeah, so I was with this girl. I do not remember her damn name.
Was
Melanie.
she a labber?
Yeah, she was a labber. It was.
I never
She
give them
ended
my
up
real
dating
name.
John Donahue for like a year.
What, before he got famous?
Yes.
Ish?
Like, yeah. It's while he was here. So they were dating as a game
Allison?
labbers. I don't remember her name.
Okay.
But we were out. I was at her house. We're hanging out. And we start making out. We start having sex.
As you
We're
do.
On the couch. She starts going down on me. And she just starts. And I went, whoa. She goes, just let it happen. You'll like
Oh,
it.
wow.
I was like, okay.
That's
And she
rapist
started. I was
talk.
like, whoa. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. All right. I'm not going to stop you. Go ahead. Yeah. That was the first time.
What's your
Poop
follow-up,
right there.
Melanie?
Oh, what's Game Lab?
Oh,
it's
a show,
Nickelodeon.
a show we did live at Universal
okay.
where Blue Man used to be, and now it's where Grinchmas happens.
Yeah. In that studio.
sound stages.
Sound stages right there.
Okay.
It was a live
I don't know where that
Nickelodeon
is.
experience where we would slime kids and play with children all day.
Yes. While
So it
getting
was
your
like a
ass ate.
host experience?
Yes.
There were hosts, and
Hosts.
then there were lab assistants who helped play the games with the kids, and the
Also
host.
the Gackmeister.
Yep, Gackmeister and a PA who was on the soundstage who would
Mm-hmm.
talk to the tour tubes.
Yep.
Wow, you said a lot of...
Yeah, it was cool because it was like you would come in and tour. It was like and
You'd go on
when
the
I
sound
was
stages
there,
first.
there were things shooting.
Yeah.
So we had Shelby Woo, we had Gullah Gullah Island at
Yep,
one point.
Keenan and Kel,
Yeah,
all that.
stuff was there.
Yeah.
So we would go down. One of our shifts would be the PA. So
On
we're
the
just
soundstage.
basically sitting on the soundstage waiting for the tour to go. All right, we're gonna go down to this PA, and then we'd go, "Hey, everybody, I'm Ali.
talk
I'm here
for
on the
30
set of Gullah
seconds.
Gullah. You know,
Yeah.
Gullah. We're here." Blah, 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 and then you describe something, they go. So
And that's
that
just
was
people at Universal.
Universal
going
so-
would go
through
for it.
tours.
Yes.
Yeah, studio
And then they would
experience.
pull them if they needed an audience for like what was the game show one that they did? It was
Figure It Out.
Figure It Out. That
I
one.
was a PA on that.
Yeah. So
And it's funny because some of us worked on the Nickelodeon side as well.
Yes.
So that was neat.
Yeah, I did
But
Nickelodeon as well.
The tour, you would go upstairs, you would do the tour, you'd walk through the control room, you'd tour the second sound stage, and then half of the tour would go to the GAC kitchen, where we would talk about the messes that you make on TV and let the kids try it because it's all edible. And then the other half would meet you at the game lab. So the tour from upstairs and the tour from the GAC kitchen would meet at game lab. Blue team, red team. Kids would sit separate. We'd play games. At the end, we'd slime a kid.
Yep.
And there'd be anywhere from 7 to 22 shows a day.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
Wow. I vaguely think I was a child that went through that.
Oh, awesome.
Probably.
Yeah.
Look through your pictures. You might see us.
Yeah, it might be us. Yeah,
I don't
very
know
much
if
so.
I have
It was-
pictures, but
we-
I vaguely remember this.
We
Yeah.
did so many shows. Like it was so random how you would meet people. And my stepmom's boss was showing vacation pictures, and I was in them. And I also worked at the time at Hard Rock and Planet Hollywood. And sometimes I would seat families as a host, having been their tour guide earlier in the
Yeah.
day. It was wild.
And they're like, "Wow, they must pay you shit that you got to work 2 jobs like this."
They thought I was a twin.
You know what? We had this conversation back when I was Ghostbusters because a Ghostbuster because Well, we did that together, James.
And I was a different kind of Ghostbuster than you were, though.
yeah, because you had a vagina and you've been penetrated.
I
Still
was-
don't know what that's like.
That's what makes you a different type of Ghostbuster. That's it.
Her ectoplasm was very different.
I was a
If
street
you have a
buster.
vagina but are not penetrated, you're the same type of
Yes.
Ghostbuster. The penetration is what makes it different.
No, but we talked about the big thing with the Ghostbusters is that we were everymen. You know,
Yes.
that like the guests would come by, you throw your arm around the guest, you give a big thumbs up,
Yep.
and that was the Ghostbusters photo.
You don't do that
And
anymore.
No.
but it was how many? Because we would do hundreds of photos a day,
So many.
and so we're like, how many? Because people, put those in their living room, or they frame them because it's like
Photo
a family
albums,
photo
yeah.
or something, and we're like, how many horrible things has our photo seen?
2 times.
Like, have our photos seen
Murders.
murders,
Yeah.
abuses,
Yeah.
and
Absolutely.
and just all of the hands that you shake every day? We were like, how many serial killers or murderers have we shaken hands with?
Yeah.
Some
no,
of them were in our cast.
And also,
Oh, yeah.
think about it. How many politicians? How many future
might be worse.
like people that are muckety? But how many did we slime? Like, holy shit!
Oh,
this,
we met
this
so many
person's a judge now. You know?
We met so many celebrities too that came through.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was really cool.
Remember, back in the day, like at Universal, the policy is you don't speak to
Unless spoken to.
you don't speak to a celebrity unless they talk to you, and you don't call them out.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna say her name, but say Banda Rack.
Oh, bless
And
her.
she's hosting, and we had Joe Namath was in the audience,
yes.
and his grandkids were getting slimed.
Because they can set that up in advance if
So
we had the celebrity.
Joe
get
Namath is there
selected.
and massive, like he's taking 4 rows. He's just
That's
so huge.
a wrestler?
And she goes.
Football player.
Football, thank you.
She announces to the people, and it's Joe Namath here. It's like, oh no, you don't, because he was pretty much,
Incognito.
Hiding.
yeah, you couldn't tell really unless you knew football and knew Joe Namath. You wouldn't really, you'd go, man, that's a big guy,
Yeah.
but you wouldn't know who he is. Joe Namath's right here. I went, oh, you're fired. Oh, don't do that. Yeah.
Did they get fired?
No, got Stern talking to.
No, well, we had Toby Keith come through, and he was a big dude, too. I was really surprised at that. Robin Williams came through.
Yeah, remember when Kevin Kline came through?
Kevin
Like,
Kline.
what do you do for a living? I'm an actor. An actor?
Yeah. A lot of the people who came through just wanted to have their kids get their
Right.
special moment,
Yeah.
which was really
Right.
cool. But they were all, I don't remember anybody who wasn't cool to deal with other than
Yeah.
Rosie O'Donnell, which was a shame because I looked up to her so much at that
Yeah.
time. Because that was during her daytime talk show era,
Mm-hmm.
and I was actually getting lookalike work for her.
She was not cool.
She was unfortunately very demanding and very nasty and
Yeah.
kept
Yikes.
production holding when she did
Aw.
her show out there and just,
That sucks.
yeah, it wasn't a good experience at that time. I don't know now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, when I was working I was doing a lot of audience warm up for Nickelodeon, and James had
Same.
talked about how you could work for Nickelodeon and Universal at the same time. So
Right.
I started doing audience warm up because my friend who just came in from LA, just went back to LA. She was doing the audience warm up for Figure It Out. And,
Valerie?
No. And she says a joke, which she claims she ran it by the people. She's like, I asked if I could, is this joke okay to tell? And they said yes. So I told it, and they fired her immediately
Nickelodeon?
at Nickelodeon.
What was the joke? Can you share
The
it?
joke was this. What did JFK Jr.'s wife say to him right before he left the house?
What?
What did JFK Jr. say to his wife right before he left the house?
What?
You feed the dogs, I'll feed the fish.
Oh, God.
So it was
Okay, who would have approved that joke?
right? And they were like, yeah, that's fine. So fired immediately.
How
Like,
many
Ali,
times
can
has
you
that
come in?
joke been recycled? Because the first time I
Oh, yeah,
heard it
no,
was NASA when the challenge.
Yeah,
Needs
need
another
another 7
seven
astronauts.
astronauts,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, that's the only reason I started doing audience warm up was because they pulled me from the thing.
Yeah.
They said you've done warm up before. I said yeah. Like, can we got to bring you in? We need you. So I started doing audience warm up. So I did that. Double Dare 2000, Taina, a couple others. Like I was
And
doing all
because
there.
I did Splat at Nickelodeon, I got NBC Live.
Nice.
All right. So hey, we
was a
gotta
good
we gotta cut this off and get out of here.
Speaking of brisses,
Where are we going?
We have a show to do. Mel.
yeah.
Wow.
Lenny.
Wow.
So
Partial name basis. All
Melanie
right.
was going to tell us her dark secrets.
yeah.
Oh.
We'll have to save that for
Next
next
time.
week.
Oh, man.
Melanie.
Hi.
what did you learn tonight?
I learned that compared to everyone, I have no stories whatsoever.
Lies.
None.
Ali,
Nothing ever happened.
what did you learn tonight?
I learned that Melanie killed a man with her bare hands and her vagina.
Virginia. And James, what did you learn tonight?
I learned that Todd enjoyed his first time being penetrated.
I guess that's true.
And Todd, what did you learn tonight?
I learned that no one has still given me an explanation of what it feels like to be penetrated.
You want to know how a woman feels? It hurts. I mean, at least it should.
Yeah, that's good. That's how it was designed to hurt you.
Well, it hurts because of the hymen.
We're not cats,
And
man.
if
We don't
you-
have barbed
you've broken that.
penises.
Yeah, we're not saying the first time. I'm just saying in general.
Oh, in general, it feels for me, it feels like, oh, there it is.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Well,
That's like saying.
it feels like a hole being
Okay,
filled.
I'm gonna tell you right now. When you reach that good spot when you're itching your ear,
Yes.
and
The
you're like,
fact that
oh,
Ali
With a
told me,
Q-tip?
the fact that Ali gave me a better description of what it feels like to be penetrated by a
okay,
penis.
here's my question.
Okay, I understood James.
See,
You just don't get it.
Todd, how does it feel
you
to
just
penetrate?
don't get it.
What?
How does it feel to penetrate?
Awesome.
Okay.
All right,
well,
we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.